Hello there, I'm Chef Johnny, and this is Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisine. Glad you stopped by. Today we're going to be making up some breakfast burritos with a green hatch chili sauce on them. We're going to get started on this sauce. Now I know every sauce is different. I know people holler this, holler that. This sauce that I have is a lady I know in New Mexico sent me her recipe. So we're going to go by it to get started here. I'm going to take some of my hatch chilies that we have, we've roasted these and peeled the skin off. Now, I've got a video on how to do this, so I'll put a link. It's not a hatch chili, it's a bell pepper, but it's the same process. So you want to roast these. Don't put them underwater. You'll see people go, oh, put that underwater and the black will come off. It won't stick to your hands. You're right. But you're washing off all your flavor also. So we're going to cut this recipe in half. It called for a pound of these peppers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about half of it, about a half a pound. So we had a pound of peppers. It was 6 of them. And if you can't get a hatch pepper, then get an Anaheim. It's the exact same species. It's just grown in California instead of New Mexico. But I'm going to take these, and what I'm going to do is just cut them into strips. And then I'll take those strips and I'll dice these up. But we're just going to dice these up to kind of a small dice. Take my peppers, just put them on a plate. We'll set them over to the side. I already have an onion diced up. We're going to use about a half of a medium-sized onion. Is I've already cooked down some pork, and I have that rendered off. I'm going to get my stove up here and show you how we start making the sauce actually, but I'm not going to show you the part where we put the pork in and render it down. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to dump my flour in. I got about 2 ounces of flour, going in about 2 ounces of the pork renderings. And I'm going to brown this just a little bit. Now remember, the more you brown the roux, the less it will thicken. But we want to have some good flavor in here, so we're gonna brown this just a little bit more to get us that kind of smoky flavor you get in a sauce whenever you cook that flour up a little more where it's a little bit darker. So don't go too fast. You can burn a roux really easy. Once you burn it, you've ruined it, and there's no saving. You got to throw it out and start over again. So. Well, you can tell my roux is starting to take on some nice color. Starting to get a little bit brown. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to add my onions to this now. Oh, maybe half a cup of onion. We're going to cook down these onions. And that flour is just still going to keep darkening. Adding that flavor whenever you darken a roux up. Onions are looking pretty tender. I'm going to add my peppers to it. Garlic's going in. Be careful, garlic will burn on you very easily, so that's why you always kind of leave it to the last. Ooh, I love that aroma. When that garlic gets in there and starts cooking, you start getting the flavor of that garlic coming up. That is wonderful. Next thing I'm going to add is a couple of cups of chicken stock. Add that to it. You read different recipes. Some of them have pork stock. I guess that's why we rendered down some pork to start off with. Turn my heat back up. Now remember also, your sauce won't thicken with that water and flour. Won't start thickening until you get it hot. It's got to get close to a boil before it'll thicken. So stir your roux in real well. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is not a lot of seasonings in here. It has salt, pepper, and then some more powdered garlic to taste if you want it. But other than that, that's it. The star of this, she calls it a green chili gravy. The star is the peppers. It is not anything else but the peppers. You'll see recipes with coriander in it. You'll see recipes with cumin in it, a lot of different things. She doesn't do that. She just makes the sauce and lets it kind of speak for itself. But I have a nice sauce getting fairly thick here as it's heating up. Now, the chicken base I use is a little bit salty, so we already have some salt in there, but I'm going to check this. Oh, it's got a lot of flavor to it, without a doubt. Turn it down some. It's come up to that boil, so it's thickened about all it's going to. I'm going to shake in just a little salt. Remember, to taste. I don't think it needs any more garlic. That fresh garlic seems to have been plenty. So, add a little bit of black pepper. And again, you know, so I called this a gravy one time, and somebody from New Mexico got all over me. That is a green pepper sauce, not a, well, my friend called it a gravy. That's what she calls it, so you make it like gravy, and quite honestly, gravy is a sauce. But we've got that. It's nice and thick. As it cools, it's going to thicken up a little bit more. Oh, salt and pepper levels just right, so I'm going to set it to the side. Going to get the Blackstone out and show you how we're going to make up our burrito. We're going to get started on our breakfast burrito. What I'm going to do is put some oil out here on my griddle. I'm going to take my bacon, get it on my griddle here. Griddle should be nice and hot. Get a few slices of bacon going. I hear it sizzling, so Blackstone must be hot. While my bacon's cooking there, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Whataburger. If you've never tried Whataburger sausage, you don't know what you're missing. I got a pound of it here. We're going to put it out on the griddle. Well, this bacon's looking good. I'm going to put it over here on this other side just to keep it warm. We'll get a warming tray up there for it, but set it there. Let's flip these pieces. They're just about done also. Set my bacon right there, and it'll stay nice and warm. Don't have to worry about it getting cold sitting on that rack. Have this sausage is about cooked. I'm going to push it off to the side. This burner here is off, so it's just going to be warm on this side. And now, I have the middle area. It's on low, but what we're going to do here is we're going to start scrambling up some eggs. And I've got about a half dozen eggs scrambled up with just a little salt and pepper on them. And let's get a nice scramble going. Shows you how good this Blackstone griddle is seasoned. Look at that egg just slip right off of there. No problems at all on that. Flip these over, cook them all the way through. Eggs are scrambled. Let's get them over here to the other side. I'm only hot in the middle, so I'm warm on the sides. Both of the ends are turned off. Got a big 12-inch tortilla here. We're going to drop down on this flat top, start heating it up. Be careful, don't get your tortilla crispy. One thing you don't want to do is get it where you can't roll it, but this one's looking pretty good. Put it right there, you can see it puffing up. That tells you it's starting to cook. I'm going to take a good amount of eggs, kind of sit just from the middle that way. You don't want them all the way down on it, but that's looking pretty good. Right there, let me get some of my Whataburger sausage. It's in there. Take 2 strips of bacon. That looks pretty good. Take a little bit of my cheese. I got some just Mexican blend here. It's got some Jack and other ones in there. Colby Jack. Let's see what else got in there. Monterey Jack, cheddar, asadero. That's looking pretty. Once again, I'm going to pick this up and get it up off this flat top where I can get hold of it and not be too hot. That's ready. I'm going to take it, fold it in, wrap it over, and tuck. All right, wrap and tuck, and fold and roll that burritos together. So now, pick it up, move my cutting board. I'm going to put it top down, let that side get hot, then we'll roll it over and get the bottom hot. And then we're going to get our green sauce to get on top of it. Take this now and roll it to my seam side down. You can see I got a little toast going on there. That's going to help melt the cheese that we had inside of it. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna pick it up, put down my cutting board, plate, burritos on there. Now we've had our green chili gravy or our green chili sauce sitting off to the side, staying nice and hot. Gonna smother that burrito in it. Sit it down here. Take the rest of our Mexican blend cheeses. Cut this burrito in half. Oh, you can hear that crunch when I went through it with a knife on the nice crisp tortilla. Pick this up. Boy, this burrito's looking pretty. Cut down into it. Make sure I get some of that Hatch chili sauce on there. Big bite on this burrito. That's a good smothered burrito. Tell you what, one that Whataburger sausage, I always do like that. Nice scrambled eggs, some cheese in there. Hatch green chilies, roasted up nice. It's a great breakfast burrito. Good any time of the day. We're gonna call it a breakfast burrito, but I tell you what, noon or night, this would be good also. There you have it. Hope you enjoyed it. A fantastic smothered burrito with some green Hatch chilies on them. Fantastic sauce, gravy, whatever you want to call it. It turned out fantastic. I hope you give it a try. I hope you come back and watch some of my other videos. I've got a great red chili recipe also using Hatch dried chilies. You might want to try and see that smothered burrito also. It's a great recipe, but thanks for stopping by. I always appreciate it. Tell your friends and family about it. Share us on your social media, and we're going to see you down the road on Texas-style barbecue and cuisine.
How them boys put food away beats all I've ever seen.